Hey, this is Dr. Ken Berry, family physician. I'm so excited you've decided to give the ketogenic way of eating a try or give it a second try. And in this short video, I want to give you some tips, some tricks, and some strategies of how to spend your money wisely as you do keto, not to be deceived by the things I'm going to tell you about in this video, and not to get scammed out of your money. I consider a scam anything that wastes your money, okay? So if you've got 20 million in the bank, nothing's a scam because you can afford it. But if your budget is tight, if you're worried about where the rent money is coming from, then stick around for this video because I'm gonna help you do keto right without wasting money on deceptions and scams. If this sounds like a video you would enjoy, please click the subscribe button and the little bell right beside it. So every time I get a bright idea like this, you'll be one of the first people to know. Now let's jump into the keto deceptions and how marketing companies and food manufacturing companies are going to try to scam you out of your money as you try to transition from eating the crap standard American diet to eating the proper human diet. Whether that is a vegetable heavy low-carb diet all the way up to a pure meat carnivore diet. I consider all these to be within the spectrum of the proper human diet. If done properly, these diets will put you in some degree of ketosis, which is what we're looking for to get all of the remarkable health benefits that come from keto. So let's jump into the deceptions, and I want you to make sure and take notes so that you don't fall prey to any one of these deceptions. First and foremost, if it fits your macros, you may have seen this abbreviation, IIFYM. Many keto and low carb gurus will say if something fits your macros, then it's fine. You can eat it, right? Now the macros, in case you don't know, are protein, are fats, and are carbohydrates. Those are the three macronutrients. And so what they're saying is if whatever you're about to eat or drink that they happen to tell you about, that you then spent your money for, if it fits your macros, then it's fine. Don't worry about it. One of the bedrock premises that the keto diet that I talk about is built on is eating real food, is eating whole foods, is eating one ingredient, real things that either grew in the earth or ate what grew in the earth. Those are real foods for human beings on a proper human diet. And so if anybody you're watching or listening to or reading says, if it fits your macros, you can stop listening at that point, because when a guru or an expert says that as long as it fits your macros, it's fine, what they're basically saying is it doesn't matter what it's made of. It fits your macros, so it's fine. This is an excellent way. And I've actually seen if it fits your macro products that contained wheat and canola oil and soybean. I mean, no, that's not okay. Those are not proper foods for a human being. You should not eat them in any amount, even if it fits your macros. Number two, count net carbs, not total carbs. Now, many people, when they first start keto, they're able to count net carbs and lose some fat and lose some inflammation and feel better. But if you're wanting to get really close to your ideal body weight, and if you're really wanting to get rid of all the inflammation, and you're really wanting to feel as good as you can possibly feel at your age, you're going to have to eventually count total carbs. Again, when you count net carbs and not total carbs, this gives the big food manufacturers plenty of wiggle room where they can put cheap ingredients like oat fiber and any kind of fiber, really. And they'll try to tell you that these fibers are not digested by your small intestine, therefore the carbs in them don't count. This is absolutely untrue. All fiber is digested at least in some degree in your small intestine, and that's going to provide energy for your system, and it could absolutely raise your insulin and break your fast and all the other things we're trying not to do with this way of eating. Count total carbs. There will be no room for what I call reindeer games. They won't be able to trick you and say, oh, it's fine. And so net carbs, and if it fits your macros, those are very, very closely aligned, and it gives gurus a chance to promote lots of keto products and make lots of keto commissions, right? Next is label lies. One of the things you're going to have to spend some time doing if you're going to do keto right is to read labels. And anytime you see a word or a phrase on a label, on the, not just the nutritional data, but the ingredient list, you're going to actually read that now. You're going to be one of those people, okay? I promise you it's going to help your long-term health span and your long-term lifespan if you read the ingredients. Their marketers can get very creative in what they call things. Organic cane syrup, that's sugar, right? There's multiple different ways that they can describe the industrial seed oils that you need to be avoiding completely. They can call it a different thing, right? What if they didn't call it canola oil? What if they called it organic non-GMO rapeseed oil? You'd be like, oh, that sounds pretty legit. I guess I can eat that. No. And that's why I want you to read every ingredient list. I'd prefer you don't eat any foods that have an ingredient label. Ribeye, bacon, broccoli, butter, they don't have ingredient labels. They just are what they are. And that's what you need to be eating. But if you do eat something with a label, you have to read every ingredient. And if you don't know exactly what it means, look it up on a search engine and find out exactly what that means. You've got to not fall for the label lies. Number 4 is thinking that you need to buy an expensive collagen supplement, branched chain amino acid supplement, protein supplement. Nobody needs to buy these unless you are an elite level bodybuilder or athlete. You might, and I emphasize the word might, need a collagen supplement or a branched chain amino acid supplement. You definitely need collagen, no doubt about it. Your body uses the amino acids from all the protein you're going to be eating on keto. Your body uses those amino acids to make all the collagen you need. Even if you buy some sort of pre-digested branched chain amino acid supplement, your stomach is just going to break that down into the amino acids, and then your body will use them as building blocks to build your muscles and whatever else you need. If you want a good source of collagen, then you're going to eat small fish like sardines with the bones and everything in there. You're going to eat the little skin on the back of your ribs. You're going to make bone broth. That's where real meaningful collagen comes from, that's 100% bioabsorbable and bioavailable. Don't waste money on collagen supplements, protein supplements. Next is meal replacements. It's been considered quite fashionable since I think the late 60s to think that, oh, I'm in a hurry, I'm on the go, I need to replace a sit-down meal with a meal replacement, whether that's a shake or a bar or a pre-made meal that I can throw in the microwave and nuke for 2 minutes and then eat that in the car. If you want a meal replacement, if you want something you can eat on the go, then cook a ribeye and slice it up into 1-inch strips and put it in a Ziploc bag. Then you've got a ribeye bar. That's how you do this, okay? You don't need to buy any shake, any powder, any bar. None of that stuff is needed. Those are all a waste of money. What I want you to spend your money on is the best quality, real whole foods you can afford. That's what you spend your money on. Next is MCT oil. Now, many people, and I may anger some people by saying this, MCT oil, if manufactured properly, is quite expensive. It is also absolutely unnecessary to do a ketogenic way of eating properly. You don't need it at all. Now, if you're using it and you love it, that's fine. If you can afford it, keep doing that. But don't ever think you need an expensive MCT oil to do keto right. You do not. Next is my nemesis, exogenous ketones. The ketogenic way of eating puts you in a physiological state of ketosis, okay? That doesn't mean you just have ketones in your blood. That means many, many other things. Taking an exogenous ketone or a ketone that you bought in a capsule or a powder or a drink is a complete and utter waste of money if your primary goals of eating keto are to lose fat and reduce inflammation. You do not need to spend 1 red cent on exogenous ketones. The next one that also really, really triggers me is detoxes of any sort, liver cleanse, kidney cleanse, liver detox. And a lot of the gurus out there will say, you need to detox your body from all the crap food that you've been eating. And I've linked down below to a product that will detox your liver, kidneys, body, whatever. 100% worthless. You do not need any of them. The ultimate detox that I have many other videos on this channel about is fasting. Do a water fast with electrolytes. You're going to detox your liver and your kidneys and every other part of your body quicker than you ever can by spending lots of money on an expensive detox. You don't need any detox other than fasting to do keto right. Next is expensive electrolyte powders. Now, you definitely need to mind your electrolytes. We all do, every human on the planet, because many of the soils that our food grows in are depleted of the basic electrolytes and the basic minerals. So you need to definitely be conscious of this and try your best to get as many minerals and electrolytes as you can, but you do not have to spend 30, 40, 50, 60, 120 bucks on this electrolyte powder. I don't care whose name is on the side of the container. You can get your electrolytes cheaply. I've got a link down below to my favorite keto electrolyte, and it can be, even if you're eating the standard American diet, you can use these electrolyte drops. They are affordable. They are trustworthy. I know the people that manufacture them personally, and I vouch for them. But even if you see my name on the side of a container, if it's super expensive, don't buy it. Next is gourmet salt. One of the beautiful things about eating keto is you get to eat as much salt as you like. If it tastes good, then you need that salt. What a lot of people then do is they become salt snobs, and that's not a bad thing, but they get snobby in the wrong direction. And so they wind up buying this super expensive black salt from the Alps that was harvested during a full moon on the solar equinox. No, you don't need any of that. You want a real salt from an ancient seabed that is protected under the earth. You do never, ever want to eat an evaporated modern ocean sea salt. It's always going to contain nanoplastics and mercury and probably other toxins from Fukushima and Chernobyl and other places. You want to get your salt from as local a place as you can and as ancient a seabed as you can that's hopefully under several meters of either dirt, silt, or bentonite clay. So spend a little money for a good salt, but don't think that the more exotic salts are somehow magically better. They're not worth the money. Next is any berry, any root, any herb, any extract that comes from any exotic location on the globe or even another planet. You don't need any of those. So goji berry, ossi berry, all these berries, this Himalayan pig leg root that's dug up by monks. No, that's all baloney. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of your money. Spend your money on real whole food. Don't think that buying some berry or root or extract or herb that comes from some exotic location is somehow magically going to help you. The only thing that's going to help is the manufacturer to make more money. Next is basically, and this kind of wraps up, because Nestle is trying to get into the keto business. Slim Fast definitely is trying to get into the keto business. And I predict that within the next 5 years, Weight Watchers will be trying to put keto on their labels because their stocks are tanking currently because keto works so well. So I would immediately throw up a huge red flag if anything you're about to buy has keto in the name. Doesn't mean it's 100% a no-go, but it means you need to definitely have your antenna up and be going, wait a minute, is this a gimmick? Are they trying to deceive me? Am I about to get scammed? If keto's in the name, you better make sure that that's something you actually need. Just because it has keto in the name doesn't mean it has anything to do with a properly formulated, real, whole food, ketogenic way of eating. The last thing I'm going to talk about, and this will also anger a few people, but what I'm trying to do is get you healthy and not get you broke at the same time, is expensive meters and expensive testing. Now, if you are a tracker and a recorder and you love to check your ketones 3 times a day and your blood sugar 7 times a day, then do that. That's fine if you've got the money to afford that. But never think that that is necessary. That's mandatory. If you're going to be on keto diet, you got to check your ketones with a urine strip or a blood strip or with a breath meter. You don't need any of that. go and watch my Keto 101 series on this channel, and I will tell you how to do keto cheaply so that you don't break the bank and you do improve your health. Now, some diabetics definitely do need to check their blood sugars. Some other people may need to buy an expensive meter, but the average man and woman who's trying to lose fat and lower inflammation, watch my Keto 101 series and eat cheap keto, and you will reap all those benefits without wasting potentially thousands of dollars. All right, guys, thank you for watching. If you know somebody who's about to start keto, please share this video with them on their social media so that they won't get taken to the cleaners buying all this crap that's basically marketing and fluff and emptiness that they don't really need. They just need to spend their money on good ribeye. All right, guys, this is Dr. Berry. I'll see you next time.